Welcome dear students. We are discussing in our today class equal area criteria of stability. This equal area criteria of stability is used after swing equation. Swing equation gives us a stability of a system or a instability of a system for finding equations, and equal area criteria also gives us this stability and instability. So why we are used equal area criteria? To access the transient stability of a two machine system. Second one is to access the transient stability of one machine connected to an infinite bus without actually solving the swing equation. Here they using swing equation name, and there are other purpose also. So we are you this equilibrium criteria actually we are used to finding maximum angle of swing, that is our load angle. Next one is you also estimate whether synchronism is maintained, that is machine is synchronizing system, that is synchronism is what, voltage same, frequency same, etc. And you also see the maximum amount of disturbances occur in the machine, that is how much transient oscillation will occur. Now simply see a synchronous generator connected here with XD. XD is nothing but synchronous reactance. XL is the transmission line reactance with infinite bus connected to infinite bus. Here also written XD is a synchronous reactance, XL is transmission line reactance. And what about our power formula? Power formula is P equal to PM sine del. Now for equilibrium criteria stability, we are considering a figure. This figure is for equilibrium criteria. So see, our y-axis gives us the power, electrical power. X-axis gives us the load angle site. So in this diagram, first of all, 0 to A, we are considering our initial mechanical power to the rotor is 0 to A. That is a stability power. So we are cut it, and PMO is our initial mechanical power with respect to load angle del naught. So we are considering if 0 to A is our initial mechanical power to the rotor. Now considering if any oscillation, that is any disturbance occur in the system, that our rotor will revolve and accelerating more, revolving in more numbers. So we are considering A to B. A to B is our initial or disturbance occur. After disturbance occur, the system will oscillate and create a maximum, create a point PM1. We are considering PM1 is the system maximum power, that is mechanical power input line. Due to the acceleration, system will already revolving more number and touching the total infinite bus maximum. See, we are designing our power systems, transmission line, substation, etc. for powering equipment, all are in such a value, that is a maximum value or its initial value. So when a maximum value reach, it will then deaccelerate. It is deaccelerate from that. So we are considering C is our deaccelerating point, and it will create a point del 2. And this is the total half cycle, 0 to pi, and it is middle point is pi by 2. Now due to the deacceleration from point C, it will again touch the zero line, and this condition is to occur repeat and repeat. in this A to B, our system will slightly running above synchronous speed. We know the synchronous generator or alternator is equal speed, that is n equal to ns, that is our rotor speed is equal with synchronous speed, but due to the disturbance or any transient oscillation, it will create more synchronous speed, slightly above the synchronous speed in this period A to B. So we are shaded A1 is our disturbance area, and A2 is this is our accelerating disturbance area. Actually, when disturbance occur, the system will accelerate, that is our speed is increasing. This period is A1, and when it is decelerating, that is our area is A2. So we are considering A1 accelerating area, A2 is deaccelerating area, to see how they will relate each other. Now coming to its equation, we know our accelerating power equal to m d square del by dt square. So this m is cross multiplied term pa by m. So d square del by dt square pa by m. We are multiplying both sides by 2 del dt. 2 del dt we are multiplying in both sides. Now coming to this step, how this step will come? See the formula. d dx of x to the power n. The formula is nx to the power n minus 1. So we taking d by dt d del dt whole square. So it is a nx to the power n minus 1. But this term is not a single term, because there are two operations. One is its power operation and another is its self operation. So we are taking again derivative of it. So that see 2 del by dt d square del, after multiplying d square del by dt square. So our answer is, when 2 del dt d square del by dt square, we put simply d by dt d del by dt whole square. Now we are putting this d by dt d del by dt whole square, and this part will remain same. Now we are side changing, that is dt will change here, that dt will be cancelled, d will be change here, that is 1 by d, that is nothing but an integration. So we are taking constant term, 2 is our constant and m is our constant, so 2 by m, and integration pa by d del. So now see the limit, how the limit will come. Our accelerating power load angle from del naught to del 2. So we are simply taking del naught to del 2 limit power. At stability condition, d del by dt will be 0. So in this condition, d del by dt will be 0. So here we put 0. Then 2 by m will simply side changing. This will also 0. Remaining part will be integration del naught del 2, that is lower limit to upper limit pa d del equal to 0. Now see, in the diagram there are two area. One is from del naught to del 1 and another is del 1 to del 2. So we are simply divided this integration part also. Del naught to del 1 pa del plus of del 1 to del 2 pa del equal to 0. Now we are side changing any of it part. So after side changing, this part will be look like, and it is nothing but integration is area. So it is nothing but del naught to del 1 is a1 and del 1 to del 2 is a2. So del 1 to del 2 is a2. It is a minus term. Now see, previously we told that a1 is our accelerating power or accelerating area. So see, the positive or accelerating area, the amount of work done on the rotor to move it from point A to B. Move it point A to B. that is A to B is increasing kinetic energy of the rotor. After disturbance occur, the energy of the rotor is increasing, and that's why it will running above synchronous speed. A2 is a del 1 to del 2. It is our A2, that is negative or deaccelerating area. The amount of work done on the rotor to move it from point B to point C when the rotor return its energy to the circuit. That's it, when it will touch a zero load angle line, that is return its energy to the circuit.